Okay, thanks, Scott.
Hey, so good afternoon, John. I'm joined by John Rose, and delighted to have you on board. And John, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, hi, Scott. Thanks very much for the opportunity to have a chat with yourself. So I started in the recruitment world by default. I started building up a team and found I enjoyed building a team more than building the aircraft that I was doing at the time. And someone said, "Oh, you'd be a good recruiter." And I said, "What the hell's that?" And that was in 1993. So I've been in the recruiting world and talent acquisition, as some people call it nowadays, since then. And I've worked in different industries. I've got my own social enterprise consulting company where I help individuals, small businesses, tech companies who want to know how to do recruiting right and to be human, not just go through a post and pray methodology and approach. But I also have worked with different companies, small, medium, large, national, international, as their on-site recruiting advisor, recruiting specialist, in all gambits, from receptionists all the way up to CFOs, CTOs, data engineers, data scientists. So I've got a wide spectrum. So I've learned a lot and failed a lot as well, but enjoyed doing it.
Excellent. And tell me what particularly thinking about talent pools and talent pipelining. What's your point of view on kind of like their importance now and going forward?
I think there's two components to talent pools, talent lakes, if even to that point now, where you've got a live lake of people who are around, who are, especially in the gig economy, who you want to use. You've got to keep them updated. You've got to keep them advised. You've got to keep them current. They need to be communicated with. So that's one particular area where they're so important, and that's very active, very dynamic. You've got talent pools that we're so need to have now, is where in the old days it was maybe one or two touches before the person would be interested and want to know more about a job, or even one touch. Now you've got to nurture them. You've got to develop the people. They may not know about your company, about your opportunity, about your organization, about your industry sector. So you may have to talk to them 8 times or communicate with them, but not selling. Selling it's going to be a subliminal approach to selling and promoting and engaging with the individuals and being human about it, being natural and being there. And that's the only way you're going to grow and succeed. I think the third final area of talent pool, which is a dead area to so many people, is the build up databases of all this contact people and contact information who usually have reached out to them at some stage in the past for interested in this particular job, and replied to the post and pray when it was a employer's or a company's marketplace, not a candidate's marketplace as it is now. And they've applied. So you've got their information, but you've done nothing with it. Now is the time where you can start saying, we've got to put a plan in place into how can we reactivate those people? How can we engage with them? How can we attract them back to us? Or if not, at the very least, get rid of them out of your database, so the ones you've got in your talent pool database are real, are valid, are valuable, and going to contribute value to the business.
Yep. Yeah, no, I totally agree. And surprisingly, and tell me what was particularly about that interests you in investing in Candidate.ID?
I think one of the key things is when I met the team. I met Billy many years ago when we were. I think I came up to True Glasgow to an event up there, and we got talking about this before he got involved with Candidate.ID. And I was always very skeptical about the value of Candidate.ID in terms of the business and looking at it from a business perspective, because agencies by default are reactionary rather than proactive. And only the really big ones realize if they're going to be interested in an RPO model, realize the value in it. And I started looking more and more and saying, this can be of value to the small, medium-sized agencies, as well as more importantly, to the client companies. As an example, one company I've just finished a first phase project with, which was doing a deep dive into their recruitment process, was totally reactive. But they've got a database of about 55,000 people with all their names and contact, but they don't talk to them. They don't communicate. It's a bucket sat there in a corner that someone paid a lot of money to build up and get. They've done nothing, and that's made me really realize. And that was a trigger that made me go, "Hey, Candidate.ID have got something here. They've got it right. They've hit the niche that no one else is doing anything about. People think about it, but they don't do anything about it." With Candidate.ID, with Gordon, with yourself, with Billy, with Steve, and the team there, they've got it, and they're doing something about it. So, and I'm a firm believer in it. So I looked at that and I thought, okay, I've done my due diligence. I know the people behind the company. Companies, people buy from people. They don't buy from companies. Companies develop a brand, usually based upon how good their people are and how good the communications is. And that's really Candidate.ID, is re-communicating, reconnecting, re-engaging with people you've had a connection or a relationship with in the past. So you're starting potentially from warm, some are going to be cold, and going forward. So when I saw and got the details and read through it, and I thought, now is the time for me to do it. Now I've got an opportunity to do it. So I'm more than happy to be vested in it and to be an exponent and promoter of the platform, the solution, and the options available.